The fourth reason why I love using original worship in congregational settings is that it allows you to address sometimes what's happening in the past or the present, what your church has experienced, and it allows you to minister to those things. So sometimes churches go through trials as a whole. Sometimes it might be an individual in the church that's going through something tough, but it ripples throughout the whole church. And you really can address those things or speak to those things through song in different ways than you can in spoken word. Songs have the ability to gently bring healing over a melody that's delivered, and then also it's accepted in a beautiful place many times. And it has more of an impact. And I don't always understand why, but it's true. And so if there's anything happening in your church now, just be thinking about that. How can I write something towards what we're walking through as a church? But it's also the true in the opposite way, which is when a church is experiencing victory, when you've just gotten into a new building, when you have a new pastor, when you're excited about a new season, when you've seen someone healed. All of those things are reasons to celebrate. And I actually don't think that we celebrate those types of victories enough through song. I think that's something we need a whole lot more of. And when we look at the Old Testament, when we think about the crossing of the Red Sea, for instance, the very first thing that happened when their feet hit that dry ground on the other side of the sea was Miriam picked up her tambourine and she led in a song of praise. And we need more Miriams today in our churches to be rising up when there's something to celebrate and to lead others in actually singing it. A while back I wrote a song called Back to Life, and it was really inspired by my daughter, who had been going through a lot of anxiety. And I was a little nervous when we got to doing it with our congregation, because while it was a congregational worship song, it was a little different. It got a little bold in some of the lyrics. So the bridge says, resentment, depression, and all anxiety have no power over me. What else does it say? Here it is. Addictions, strongholds, and every disease have no power over me. And those were words I'd never used in a worship song before, so I was kind of nervous. But when we did it, the very first Sunday, we had 6 or 7 people come up afterwards and say, where can I get that depression song? So be aware of what people are experiencing in your congregation, because a lot of times it's the very same thing that you yourself are. And you have a great opportunity to speak healing through song and also to sing about victories.